It's Wednesday, September 24th, and it's time for Q&A. Today we're talking about weighted vests. What are my thoughts for calorie burn, bone density, all of those good things? Um, what would I recommend as an after dinner snack? And best food to get rid of belly fat. So we are going to dive right in. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi there. I'm Elizabeth from Happy, Healthy, and Hot. I'm a 59-year-old double certified health and weight loss coach, author, content creator, and now three-time finalist in the Maximum Cover Girl competition. In my late 50s, compete with women mostly in their 20s and 30s because it's time to tell a new story about aging. And I have so many resources here for you. So I'm going to drop a link in the caption with links to my cookbooks, my journal, my LTK shop, because I get all these amazing questions about health and weight loss, along with, hey, Elizabeth, where'd you get that top? Or I love those shorts. Where do you get your bikinis? So I can answer all of that for you. I'm going to drop links to help you with all of this. So I have two cookbooks, the Happy, Healthy, and Hot cookbook that's published in 2023, and it's the next one, the sequel, Happier, Healthier, and Hotter. High protein, low calorie, bikini friendly recipes. So both of these books are full of high protein, low calorie recipes made with real food ingredients you can grab at your local grocery store. I also share my best weight loss strategies, the strategies that have helped my clients lose 10 to 35 pounds and keep it off eating real food, and the strategies that keep me lean and fit at 59, 5 years postmenopause. In other words, this is the stuff that works. Also, there's a link to my journal, the Happy, Healthy, and Hot Journal. Now, my cookbooks are ebooks, they're immediate digital downloads. Buy them today, you'll have them today. The journal's on Amazon Prime. Buy it today, you'll have it in a day or two. Still pretty quick. So the Happy, Healthy, and Hot Journal is a physical book. It's a 90-day journal to love your body and your life. So this has big pages with plenty of space to write. There's something really powerful about taking pen to paper. Each page has plenty of space. It's happy, healthy, and hot, mindset, nutrition, and fitness. So there's some gratitude, intention, that type of thing. Questions up at the top. 5 minutes tops to do this in the morning. Space to track what you're eating, because a study of over 1,600 people showed that those who tracked what they ate lost twice as much weight as those who didn't. And hot, space to track your workout and also just what you're doing, maybe to get in that hot, sexy vibe. And then there's a room for additional notes if you want to track your weight, how you slept, whatever notes you want to make. At the bottom of every single page, there's a little quote or tip from me. It's like I'm whispering in your ear every single day. And my favorite part of this book, because I use my own journal every damn day, is the weekly check-in. So once a week, and you can start this any day of the week, doesn't matter. What did you do well in the past week? What could you improve on? And what is your focus for the week ahead? Celebrating what we've done well, calling ourselves out on our own shit, because we all need to do that. We need to hold ourselves accountable. And then what are we focusing on for the week ahead? This is a really powerful practice. So, and then my LTK shop is where I link my outfits, like this. Let me show you what I'm wearing today. It's pretty cute. This little square neck top. This is from Walmart. Favorite Levi's 501s. Pull it together with a Gucci belt, because, we mix Walmart and Gucci around here. Amazon, what's on my feet right now? Best Amazon flip-flops. Like, I wear stuff that I love. I share stuff that I love. My daughter was Googling best flip-flops for travel because we were going to be walking like 20,000 steps a day in Italy. We got these under $15, life-changing. The straps are fabric, so there's no rubbing. They were so comfortable, so supportive. So there you have it. I will drop links to all of this. Okay, let's talk about these weighted vests first. Dee Dee asked for my thoughts on weighted vests, specifically asked about bone density and calorie burn. So my thoughts are weighted vests are great for both of those things. Weighted vests are absolutely going to increase your calorie burn, no doubt about it, because you're going to be working harder. And they're going to help with bone density. Walking is already a weight-bearing exercise, but adding that extra bit of weight is going to make a difference. So especially for somebody that is already has some bone density issues, could be super helpful. But here's the thing. I haven't worn one, I haven't used one, I haven't tried one. So I think in concept, it's great. So many good things, but I do want to tell you a few things to look out for. Number one, I would definitely, if you choose to use a weighted vest, get one that is somewhat adjustable that you can add weight to it, or you want to start out like below 10% of your body weight. Um, but to me, the biggest thing is do it if it feels good to you. So just story, as I said, I haven't used one. Um, I have a client that got one and said she loved her walks. They really gave her joy, found them very uplifting, and she found using the weighted vest made it feel like a chore. And I said, well, I don't, in this case, walks were bringing her so much joy that what I suggested, and I believe what she ended up doing ultimately was just using them certain times, kind of setting aside, and that was looked at like as a really workout walk. Um, but what I think they're great for too, not just your daily walks. I know people that just wear them around the house. And especially if you don't like adding weights to your workout or you're not doing much even body weight resistance training, the weighted vest is going to be great. So I am all for them. I think it's a great idea. I will share how I make my walks more challenging without adding weight. So, and I'm not saying I'm not going to do that because maybe 2026 will be the year that I add a weighted vest and I'm shouting from the rooftops about how much I love it. Um, but I've increased the challenge of my walks by adding hills. So one day a week, I do a very hilly 3 mile loop with a friend. I'm talking very hilly, like some really steep stuff. Now, every morning in my own neighborhood, there are several hills that I'll add in depending on how much time I have. I'll also increase speed of my walks, obviously walk more, all different things. But what I love about the idea of the weighted vest, and again, for me, it's the idea of one since I haven't actually used one, is that, if you don't have time to walk more, like this is a way to make your walks more effective. So, Dee Dee, I'm all for it. If you do get one, I would love to hear how you make out. And who knows, maybe this is something that I'll be playing with in 2026. So, thanks for a great question. Denise asks, am I on HRT? I get this question all the time. I am not, I have not, I don't plan to be. I'm not against it at all. I'm also, I I think that some women think, oh, she's on HRT. That's why she looks so great. HRT is not going to be the magic. You are the magic. Just like there's no shake pill, pink drink, expensive protein powder, anything else. I'm not against products and I'm not against medical intervention. But at the end of the day, these things are only going to complement what we are doing. So, and just as we get older, the basics become more and more important. I just heard from Leanne on Instagram just over the weekend, who started over the last 3 months. She's been using my recipes, prioritizing protein and produce, holding planks, because planks, rows, planks, and getting her steps in. And Leanne has lost 25 pounds. Leanne has also gone from diabetic to pre-diabetic, like new blood readings, everything. So this stuff works. The basics work. I'm not telling you not to do HRT. I'm not against it, but it's not magic. You're the magic. And, you know, there are so many things that we can do. I see a lot of women complaining about menopause and hormones when when they could be looking at the amount of wine they're consuming, the screen time they're having before bed, the lack of natural light, the lack of activity. Maybe they're going to their workout class a couple days a week, but other than that, they're sitting around and they're thinking, oh, I'm gaining this weight. My body doesn't look the same. My body doesn't feel the same. I need HRT. Well, first you need to realistically look at how much wine you're consuming, because that is liquid calories. There are additives in wine that are not doing us any favors. It's leading to poor choices, sluggishness, messed up sleep. Sleep. What are you doing to optimize your sleep? Watch the screen time, especially at night. Get natural light in your eyes. So, like all of these other things that you're doing and eating real food that are going to help balance our hormones and our lives. And you don't have to do crazy stuff with the food, like all the seed cycling and all of that. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but I'm saying I've never messed with that stuff. Um, it starts with real food. It starts with getting outdoors and moving your body the way our bodies were intended to move. And this goes for women and men of all ages. Prioritize protein and produce, get your steps in, hold a plank. Just doing those three things consistently, you're going to see a difference. And then maybe you do fine tune it with the hormones. Maybe we do add weighted vests. We look at our supplements, but let's start with the basics, people. And then Jennifer asked, what would I recommend? I love how many Jennifers are on this community. What would I recommend as an after dinner snack? Well, that depends, Jennifer. Why are we having I mean, after dinner snack? Did I say after dinner, afternoon? But it doesn't matter. Why, whether it's afternoon or after dinner, why are we having the snack? So and I'm not saying you shouldn't have a snack, but I'm saying if you want to look like a snack, if you want to be a snack, we want to watch our snacks. So anytime you think about snacking, is it boredom? Are you hungry? Is it comfort? Like, what's the deal? I'm not against an after dinner snack. I would just look at why are we having it? If it's just a nice fun, you like to have a little treat after dinner. A great one, honestly, are my 50-calorie brownies. They're made with real food ingredients. The secret ingredient is sweet potatoes. There's no grain. Um, there's something about that little bit of carb before bed that can actually, especially for women sometimes, help you sleep. It's super satisfying because they've got all that natural fiber and this rich fudgy brownie flavor. They're small, so maybe you have two of them, but that's still 100 calories from real food. So that's a great after dinner snack. If you're genuinely hungry at night, because maybe you eat dinner really early, or maybe your dinner is really small, a couple things I look at. Do we need to be eating a more satisfying dinner? Do we need to change the timing of our dinner? Those are some things to think about. Are we getting enough protein throughout the day? So, but maybe you do eat dinner really early and you just want a little something before bed because you actually feel a little hungry. Which that happens to me sometimes. So, I don't think it's bad to have a bedtime snack, but I'll kind of look at what's going to like keep me satisfied and satiated. So I'll look at including some protein. Um, and and look at something that's also going to feel like a treat. So maybe it is something like actually another good recipe in this is my second cookbook, my better peanut butter cookies, because each cookie has 7 grams of protein. So it's actually a cookie with real protein, only 75 calories. Even two of those, 150 calories, 14 grams of protein from a cookie. Like that's pretty damn good. Or just a little bit of, Greek yogurt, something that's going to be satisfying, but not too much. You don't want to be making your body work too hard to digest food at night. So that is it for today. I'm going to drop the links to my books in the caption of my LTK and drop any additional questions in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow.